Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with Gor-Rok. We've already achieved long victory and the short victory. We've got the curse of the Sword of Khaine. Some curse it is. But anyway, although we've won, I'm just having too good of a time. Too good of a time to quit. We are sending these guys over to Cathay. Someone else is going to pop out over there. Mazda Mundi, who we've confederated, flying the white flag of Itza now, you know, good for him. All these guys are on auto. Yes, good. And we recently got old Tic Tac, who we're just going to fill up with the flyers. I think we don't have a single Ripper Actor place. We probably should have kept one, huh? It'll be alright. We'll get the Blessed Ones eventually. He's got Dreadsaurians and Blessed Dreadsaurians. He's got plenty of Ancient Steggies. We just need to get him, you know, some heroes alongside. Well, we'll take the tough one. Alright, so we've got plenty of items. You know, we'll give Tic-Tac-Toe's guy, you know, a little bit of something since he's got so little compared to everybody else. We're just going to roll all of these talismans up, though. You know, knowing that talisman preservation is, like, always what we get. Because, like, his whole army almost... Tupac's whole army almost has them, but that doesn't mean they all have them. And Talisman of Preservation, being one of the greatest items in the game, is one where you certainly don't think, oh man, I've got so many of them, now I don't need any more. You know, you could always use a little more. Alright. Good stuff. We've got our backup army here. It's not a super amazing army. It's quite strong, though, right? It just, you know, it doesn't have that punch in it that some of the other ones do. We're just going to chill a little bit. We've got so much of our sequence, though. Do you want to drop any of this? I mean, we don't really need the Blessed Skinks to deal with Tomb Kings. Both of those things seem like they'll do well. Alright. We don't need to be, like, too thoughtful, right? We need to move forward and find interesting battles. Like this one. We'll do it outside so that we can have a big dynamic field battle rather than a non-dynamic settlement battle. A big old Dark Elf brawl to start things off. Just need a healer in the army, right? Not immediately, just eventually. But here we're going to be able to do crazy, crazy powerful work against them. With our Steggy, you know, we'll be able to convince them to come in. And with Croak, you know, it's not like some of the other things that exist in this game. Croak is on a different axis of power when it comes to clearing fools. Alright, so what we'll do here is... Alright, so they're all now showing up. If we drop the skink on the bolt thrower, we'll be able to get it. Do we do like a wind blast? I mean, sure, right? We've got a huge power reserve coming. We might as well, if we can get like 2 units here, why not, right? Because, like, you know, that's fun. It's not as efficient as using Croak in a better way, but, you know, we'll get some damage here out of him, too. You know, look, it's something. And, oh, while we were doing that, it looks like we're engaged over here. Let's get to it, then. Good news is Gor-Rok is in the center here. We're just going to drop this ability on these dark shards because they're over there, and we're already in the trees with this fool who has Strider, and all of the cool stuff. All right, let's get some dinos over here, right? Because our cavalry is fighting dragons, which they match up okay against, but yeah, 900 damage on that guy. Pretty crazy. Alright, we need to get the Temple Guard here. Gor-Rok having a great time, right? We need to get the Carney over here. These are very, very punchy guys. That guy has huge weapon strength, right? But we're going to be able to pop them all the same. And now the Source Warriors come in here and here. Where's Croak? We're gonna do this other summon right here, right? He'll be able to do a very nice cast there, and then we'll follow it up with Deliverance 2 on the Gor-Rok blob. We're just gonna dive in there. The Carney is fighting no, the Carney is getting shot by shades. I'm like, the Carney's not fighting anything that's hurting him that bad. We'll be alright. Gor-Rok is brawling here. That means we can drop a Deliverance 3 somewhere right here, right here. The Blessed Temple Guard are surrounded on 3 sides by the Black Guard of Naggarond and others, and that means, of course, that they are all going to be saved by the intervention of Lord Croak. Look at that. The Temple Guard's outcome was never in doubt. And that whole blob shatters. Of course it does. What can they possibly hope to do against me? Literally nothing. This army's too good. Even getting our cav dived very early without support doesn't really matter. Razor-Dawn Pack, getting the work in, you know, shooting them as they try to flee. We just did so much work there, and the Croak is crazy, right? He's just maybe a little bit awesome. But this dude on his Carney is like absolutely always having a party. If we could just get like one more, but of course he's got the banner, and the banner is super, super good. Ooh, we've got another Sword of Khaine drop to get on this infantry blob here. It's so strong, you know, because what Gor-Rok needed was the ability to clear waves, and the Sword of Khaine, well, it fell right into our very laps, and it did. Oh yeah, we could use this ability. Are we fighting, oh, Dread Spears? I'm like, I guess it's just a 50% ward save when he's under here. Yeah, normally he takes quite a lot of melee damage, right? It's the missile damage that he's ultra resistant to. But let's get him some help here. You know, the Marauder Horsemen probably were hurting a little bit, but not too much, right? We've got max resist there. Hey, Neo. Yeah, we absolutely finished the plane boss, you know. And so we got to the end of the first island, and then thought that was a good spot to stop. We're going to drop a Deliverance 3 here. It's going to delete this blob and probably army lost them. Oh, they still have their... Guys, 7 HP on Supreme Sorceress. Why don't we get her down? There we go. That combined with that will probably shatter that whole blob. I can't wait to get into an army with Tupac's guy and be able to use the amazing item. I haven't been able to use the item so much yet, but I already think it's my favorite item ever. I can't believe I didn't know it existed. It's so cool. And now I'm thinking, man, if you could steal it as like the Sisters of Twilight, that would be special. But we just put a total murdering on, of course. You know, maybe these artillery monsters, you know, because they're always shooting at things. It's just, you know, maybe we're not really setting them up for success, or maybe, you know, I don't know. They're not getting value, is my point. Although I like them. It's nice to have a varied army, but fundamentally, why have a Blessed Stegodon if we could have, like, a Skink Chief, right? On a Stegodon, doing the same job, but also being crazy in melee on top of that. But the Blessed ones are Perfect Vigor, which is fine. Good, even. But we are moving in on their, like, actual capital here. We are not going to bother with this, because we already fought this crew, right? We already beat up on them. That sack would make us a ton of money, but keeping it at a high level is better for us, right? Because we already, you know, this is going to take away the climate penalties at level 4, so, you know. Ooh, and crucially, awesomely, we are at a place where we can get a Skink Oracle. Pompous is an incredibly good trait that gives negative leadership to the local region. So we are going to be able to get some in the story. Alright, so what do we drop? I think we drop the Basti, right? We have to have some melee. We just have to. 3 is a sweet spot for these. We need the Rev Crystal. Because, especially once we get this Earthblood online, the Rev Crystal will be super good. Yeah, we dropped the Blessed Basti. And honestly, we should probably drop the Razordon pack and just get another Skink Chief. We could run 2 Oracles. We could run a Priest to have an Engine of the Gods thing going on, and I actually kind of like that. Because now we've got so much ability. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. We've got so much ability now to actually generate some mana, so now why not get like a whole bunch of incredible punch going on with these guys. You know, we deserve it. We'll just wait a little bit to worry about items. Now for the Skink Priest, we'll give spell resist to the army, why not? I think we can just auto them, and they'll just get what we want. But this Oracle we'll need to do ourselves. And the movement there matters more. Increased mobility after all this time. 3 levels Earthblood, of course. Getting Wind Blast is good. Flock of Doom's fine too, but when they're in the army with Croak, you kind of just want to use theirs to heal, I would think. But maybe some more Wave Clear could be fine. But we've got, the other dudes, so I think we'll just continue moving on to physical power. This guy, and of course, like Skink Oracles are just absolutely amazing out of the box. And starting out at level 47 makes them, even better. Even better. We're just going to throw some junk on. And after all this time, Gor-Rok is finally going to get, like, the assembled crew of Lizardmen heroes. Do we want to just go ahead and grab another Skink Chief and drop the Blessed Stegodon? We'll hold on to it. He's been with us the entire campaign. That's our goodest boy. Alright. Now that we have realized the moral heart of things, Tupac can move on. No. So this missile, right? This Spirit Leech weapon, this Blade of Realities, I love it more than anything in the world. 'Cause you get it on your Howdah, which shoots every 6 seconds, and then it just hits Spirit Leeches everywhere. And of course, you're also on a monster that runs over things. It's very nice. I kind of don't love that we have the Engineer's Knapsack on him, because his movement's not that high. We'll just give him Missile Block, right? Yeah, why not? Why not just swap there to giving Missile Block? And reload time reduction? That's marvelous. That's just what we need. Now, with 10% faster shooting, all to the better. It's an absolutely insane item. I had to read it like 9 times, and it's like, I wonder if it works, with ranged attacks, and of course it does. Of course it does. We can get another Skink Oracle here. And then get Mazda 1. We just need to go ahead and set him up as well. The mobility is so good because, like, this hero is crazy, right? Like, you get really good passives. You start on a monster. With, and not just a monster, an incredibly fast monster with AP that also has a missile attack. Like, it's just very good. It's all very good. Garrison Lord not moved. Where? Tic-tac-toe? Probably. But of course, we're up here fighting Settra. We're not, like, super worried about him. We've got this sort of, like, oh yeah, this, Osiris will be able to handle that incursion. Because all of this land here, like, while theoretically stuff that could eventually be good, and this is all, like, deep in the Dark Elf lands, the stuff that we have that's developed and that we care about is so far away from them. And the Dark Elves being Dark Elves are the enemy of all decent people. Dark Elves are so bad that High Elves have a problem with them. Got them. We'll get to this arrogant trait, because of course here, where the characters in the Force get less experience, doesn't matter at all. And 360 missile block will be nice. And we'll put him into their army next turn. Old caterpillar. We've got another one of those, but this is the one that we've got in this army now. And Mazda, we just... yeah. Take this. The other, the elves are already here as well, of course. Looks like they're, you know, having a time. Which, again, more power to them. Love that.
If you are in need, tell me. I will aid you.
You know, I guess at this point, let's go to military access and non-aggression with... well, not and non-aggression, you know, after all. What if we have to hit him someday?
Time, but be quick, friend. I accept your terms.
Children of the...
Speak quickly.
Well, what is it?
Alright, and that'll help the elves, you know, move and deal with Malekith a little better here. Mazda is a terror. He's only level 36, but he's still real strong. Oh yeah, we respect him. So this is... does he even have Temple Guard? You know, he's got one Temple Guard. We'll get that one later. Ruination of cities, obviously we gotta get that. Oh my goodness. Spell resistance, 10% all armies faction-wide. I didn't know that was in there. That's pretty good, huh? We've already got some sources of that, so now... like, we go to Gor-Rok, who's got 70 spell resist, and the source, yeah, 55 resist here. It looks like 40% might be, you know, the Gor-Rok armies standard, and then we've got probably, what, 25? It's just 10 here, okay. Because, like, Gor-Rok gives some as well, too, to his army, and then Croak and stuff. But, yeah, very, very magic-resistant armies, which some army abilities just go through it anyway. But, awesome. Let's continue getting Mazda stuff. Alright, so Soul Quench is okay. Apo's good. Net's excellent. Comet and Unforging. And then here we just go... oh, there we go. The spell resistance comes there. Sand Force Field, and really maybe should have got some of the other ones, considering what his army's like, but it's okay. At least we leveled him up at all.
Ill-considered.
Now, Gor-Rok, we can just move up and take Nagaron right now? No, not quite. And anyway, it's sort of a little messy. We'll go here in ambush and hope that they move on us. If they go to Hagreif, then we'll just walk up and grab them there. Oh, they're in March. I don't even think they could make it, right? It looks like old Sail here. Oh, okay. He is strength rank 1. He is friends with Kolek, who is somehow alive, and Village. Wow. Yeah. 44 settlements. I'm strength rank 2, so he's probably heard of me too. But we're just going to go down here. We're going to try to find where the Defenders of the Great Plan are. Oh, okay, they're down here. And we're going to see if we can save him in time, right? Because it looks like he is about to wipe them.
Time is gold. Let us.
Yeah, Kugoth definitely technically still alive.
Grandfather, no.
It looks like he is just hanging out here. Well, that's not fair. There's only 3 armies. It's Greece that's just hanging out here. The AI sometimes likes to hang out where they live. Nobody knows why. A lot of times you hope to see their armies doing something, anything, and a lot of times they aren't. Ooh, Settra the Imperishable! Wonderful. So, a good time for Tupac's army to show up. They've got their Legionary Barrage and their Tomb Swarm. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. You know, we're fighting on their home turf after all, but we've got advantages of our own. One last turn of Mithlan's Blessing. And this is what it's all about, right? This is why we play the late campaign. Oh no, it's a minor settlement battle. This is what it's all about. No, it's okay. We'll find a way to make it work. Not least because we can just, like, delete a lot of stuff. Just absolutely delete it. And if they want to come out at us, so much the better. Like, I don't even think they're going to be able to shoot us there. Yes, good. What we want to do now is just get our guys moving here. Alright, we left one of them on a regular one. We should put him in this group then. And then Tupac is like so tough, right? He'll just be fine to go and charge in here. What's the worst that'll happen? I mean, the worst is that the Skink Oracle will show up way too early. Doesn't sound that bad. Alright, so how do we get in here? The good news is I don't know where the towers are. They're building right there. But there we go. We've got the first Howdah hit that has got Spirit Leech on all these, and now they are trying to Necro Knight's halberds right there. They actually do match up well with us, but we're just going to push through on these archers. So their artillery is, of course, not gonna do them any favors here. And yeah, let's just. Because we're fighting Tomb Guard halberds here, but if we just get all of these guys onto them, it won't matter that we're fighting Tomb Guard halberds here. Alright, what we want to do is Engine of the Gods right here. Yes, that's fine. Charge in there and there. And now, ooh, Settra. Settra the Imperishable is here. We need to get over here and fight him. That was a good cast. Alright, we just want to drop... What, a heal? No, not yet. We want to drop a comet right here. That's what we want to do. And then we can... drop the pre-summon there, drop a comet here. No, that's excessive. We will drop a wind blast here. No, that's bad. Alright, the good news is we're here with Settra now. Well, nearly here with Settra now. And engaged. And the Skink Priest is having the time of his life here. We're gonna ward save hit here, get in on the Kimbrian War Sphinx. Alright, we just need to get out of that blob this way, and then we can heal like so. And then we'll heal up here also. We just need to push forward and take this point. Tupac needs to get in here on Settra. Settra is called the Imperishable, but we are about to see him die because our Carnosaur don't play, and you know Tupac wants some. But we're gonna get the infantry in here. Necronite halberds, and our guys will match up perfectly well there. Tupac's not doing anything for us. The Tupacs of Tupac, you know, they not as good as they could be. But fortunately, we get in right there, and we're going to bring our cav around the back, right? If we still have them here in a second. But they're about to go down very, very hard here when the infantry hits. And then we're just going to turn around and get on these Tomb Guard halberds, which, although, you know, they're very, very punchy, they're not going to be able to put up the firepower of this magnitude, right? And this is our Skink Chief with a Stegodon. We're just going to charge in with them, right? Alright, you know, so some of our stuff that doesn't work very well in field battles doesn't work at all in a siege. But that's okay. Because you know what does work? The weapon that I consider to be the coolest thing in the game. Alright, this guy is getting beat up. We need to get him a heal. How about a big one? Oh, we're getting shot at by Ushabti Greatbows, who have used basically their whole thing on us. Their whole payload. Tacticians, stand your ground here. These Skelly Archers aren't very good. And then we're just gonna charge in here, right? Yeah. Go nuts. And hit him with the Swiftness of Itza. Drop a nice Flock of Doom here on this blob. And now we've got him locked in place here, and it's time for the Engine of the Gods to come in with the steel chair, and that will be all that she wrote for the coolest faction in the game. Nah, they'll be back. They still have a ton of land, but aren't they just cool, though? They're just so cool. But the thing is about our late game armies is they are incredibly strong. Our heroes are just super fair. And our cavalry is like, it's armored cavalry that's got okay shock damage, but fundamentally it's fine getting stuck in because it's got very high like combat stats and weapon skill. You know, like it does really big damage stuck in. And then, you know, when they get elite, even better. But we have to have Tupacs because it's Tupac. You know, we just have to. And they can do a ton of work. It's just you've got to think about what they're shooting at. Here they didn't do anything, of course. You know, let's put that one on the ancient one. We'll just keep a guy to shoot at walls if we need it. We don't need two of them. The Settra trait is like charge bonus of 15. I mean, sure, you know, it's okay. Not that okay, just okay. The maiming shield. It's actually armor that makes you better at fighting. That's pretty nice. And here, we'll just give this guy magic attacks. I don't even know what army he's in. But we've made him quite a killer, you know. And now he's got, you know, good. Love that for him. These swords are mediocre. And we very much, you know, are going to desire to get more blue swords, knowing we could get the Spirit Leech sword in another army. Alright, can we get there? Yes. And we'll just keep this one because we want Riperdactyls. No, we're getting Blessed Ones. I remember. What campaign we think we're going to do after this one? Scaven, perhaps? Maybe. I'm so bad at Scaven. That could make it fun to do, right? If we do, like Throt, maybe I could do it. I'm so bad at Scaven. I have, like, a deep desire to use infantry, and it just, like, it doesn't go away. Like, I just really want to use infantry, and that's not, like, good, you know. But Tehinoan's gonna make landfall over here, and hopefully he'll get some land, and then we can hand him off some over here, and have him, you know, with some nice armies on this side of everything. Because, of course, we're doing super fine over here. But until you get the main settlements up to level 4, you know, everything else just sort of drags behind. But we might as well build up a little bit of things. After all, we are winning. Alright, so here, yes. Everyone's moved. Everyone's moved. So we got like Mazdoon, like we've got all sorts of hilarious nonsense going on at this point in our lives. 90% spell resist. The skink skirmishers have a bunch of spell resist as like their thing. It's like it's not that high everywhere. 70% on the Blessed Carnosaur. That is pretty fun. Like whenever I play Skaven and like I have to do a siege, I basically freeze up and like I can't conceive of what I need to do. I guess we can agree to non-aggression with the High Elves at this point. After all, these aren't pirates. They don't have lands on Lustria. And we're getting kind of late into the campaign. And if they want to be our military allies later, all to the better. Ooh, they're attacking me. Well, that's fun. You know, I feel that exact same way about Skaven. They are cool, they've got... But, like, I'm really bad with gunpowder units in general. Like, I had to restart Elspeth's campaign a few times, and I didn't even play it on very hard. I need to go back and play Elspeth on very hard. I don't have the Empire achievement on very hard. But of course, these Dark Elf fools don't know what they're in for. I assume they'll move forward and we'll be able to get at them, but I don't know. We got a Saurian and a Rev Crystal. We've got our crew, right? We've got some Crummy-saurus to hide in the trees. We've got it all. This is Battletoad? Yes. Alright, yeah. Good deal. They are going to let us shoot at them. Alright, so shooting at the Cold One Dread Knights is good. We just move to guard mode and shoot there. 24. Ooh, he's got Discourage on the melee attacks. That's like a little sketchy, but not too bad. Because he is about to like walk up, and then if he lands and tries to get on this Steggy, we're going to delete him. Like, he is going to get mauled. Let's get the Dread Saurian up. Let's get ready. I'm like, is this really what you want the last thing you ever do to be? Alright, we're just gonna dive the back line. We're just gonna dive the back line. No, that's not what we want to do. We want to threaten to dive the back line and then go away. That's clever. Alright. We didn't waste any stamina because these guys have vigor improvements. We're going to dive over here because these Dark Riders will have no choice but to give battle. These repeater crossbows won't be able to get away. One Carney can hit them and one Carney can hit them. Knights of the Ebon Claw here. Well, you know what that means. It means we will countercharge here and here. Drop a summon on the shades there, which are at least here in the mountain. If they're trying to fool us and separate our forces, it won't work. We separated our forces on purpose, not because we're a fool. And we just destroy those knights. Oh yeah, there we go. Skink Priest gonna get a wind blast here onto these shades, doing totally respectable damage. And really, the Skink Priest for moving... I was like, I keep on thinking that's Flock of Doom. It isn't. We're just going to continue diving to the back line there. Okay, the Bastia actually getting a shot off. Feels good. Alright, we got this here. Horned ones probably want to get out a little bit. No. Ooh, the Dread Saurian's getting trucked on. That's alright. This is an army made to support a Dread Saurian. Oh, it's just getting shot. Makes sense. The Razordon pack is engaged with Cav and stuff. Not ideal. They went after, you know, a foe that I told them to, and it didn't end up being smart. No one's ever seen that happen before in Total War. Alright, we're just going to dive on the Shades here. And we are escorting Carestra Emerald Eye off. She's level 40, but that didn't let her learn a single thing about how to interact with the people in charge of the world, the lizard people. Tormentor Sword here on the Dread Spears, and then we'll just walk out and attack whom? These Dark Riders? No. Man, they're really running away there. This Slon has 55. Yeah, he's got enough resist to just put up with this. And we'll send them hunting their lord now. The Medusa, which is fighting Saurus warriors. Super fine matchup for them. And the Croxies found the Shades, but are fighting Dread Spears, so we're going to support them here with the sick Wind Blast. Beautiful. And the Priest should have terror because he's ethereal, and the Carno should have terror because it's Carnosaur. And so much of our army just getting kited back, but you know, that's the Dark Elf way, you know. Because they run so efficiently. That it can take a little while to actually do the damage. And because they haven't lost, like, ammo, the balance of power of their units is still quite high. Until you can chase them down a little bit. But there we have it. Getting it done. We're going to throw a regrowth on the Dread here real quick. And get it back into fighting form. And that's the thing about regrowth, right? And this is a toad that has, you know, healing intensity attached to it as well. Yeah, instead of 0.8, it's 1.0 for 26 seconds. So, a regrowth, 11 wins of magic to get 3,000 hit points. I'm seeing your message about the ogre thing now. No, exactly. You know, you got to find factions that, because not everybody's good at everything. finding stuff that you like that you can do. Like, I really like Grom, right? Like, not all the other greenskins. I really like Grom, and I think I play pretty okay with him. Like, I make like the worst decisions on like the overall level, and I still like you can still deliver a Grom campaign, right? But I'm not like a good greenskins player. A lot of the times it's just like whether or not I can leverage my legendary lord well, or feel that I can. I'm like, where's Valkia? For I much desire to speak with her. She's not here. But these guys are raiding my land. They didn't know that I was here, I bet. Which is some small excuse. Just one. Meh. It quite rightly realizes we would not take any losses at all against such puny foes. Some champions of the blood god these. We can go to ambush, though, and they will forget all about us. Now, Malekith is over here, but Gor-Rok is in a position to sort of go and say hello before too long. Can we get into Moss's army now? Yes, good. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright, so that's everything on this side. Now we come here. And we'll just... Settra the Imperishable's right here again. I could swear we just perishabled you, buddy. Oh yeah, this will be a brawl. Let's get some items thrown on, right? I mean, I guess that's good, because they'll have, like, do they have any fire weakness stuff? No, but, you know. Tomb King has a fire weakness. So there's... Yeah, you know, some of them already have a fire weakness. Guess it's alright. Anyway, this guy's army... This is a priest of metal, so we're going to be able to delete a blob. It's going to be very nice. Because, of course, we have our priests to do our... Looks like these guys are slightly lower level than some of the other ones, but we'll be quite alright. But it's time for a big old brawl here. We're going to be able to fight them and the next one and the next one too. Oh, nice. Yeah, so they'll come in there. That's a scary set of things, right? But we've got our own scary stuff. We have access to 121 wins of magic, which is so many wins. And we have a metal priest and healers, so all we have to do is find a way to make this work. We might want to be, like, moving over there, but the thing about their ranged is, like... They've got bone giants. That's pretty bad. They've got 2 of them. And Ushabti and a... You know, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We might need to run away, but the thing is we could just run away, right? We can just back up here. And get them to bring the bone giants somewhere awkward, and then hit them. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna send our, gonna send our skink oracles up to start killing these necro knights. Now we'll run away a little bit. These blessed stegodons doing wonderfully. Do we have... Yeah, I'm like, we should be restocking them. We only have 1 skink chief in this army. Kind of crazy. And look as the Tomb King and reinforcements ride to war. Oh, they look so cool! I mean, like... Oh, it's so cool. Alright. We've got to play now. Alright, so... They delete their leader. Let's fire at the War Sphinx now, right? Right. Because now we'll get on this Casket of Souls. They also are moving down here, so what we'll do is... You know, drop a comet right here where all of them are funneling through. Right? No. Oh, we got knocked over. Oh, that's too bad. It's still gonna work. They're all gonna run through it, and it's gonna hit like a lot of guys. All right. It was beautiful, and it keeps them away. Oh, okay. The skink oracles getting a little bit too into it there. That is what I told them to do, but we just want to get them out. We've got. Carney's there, just letting them get in. Let's run away. Let's run away. And then we will countercharge over here. Get on them there. Alright, we're getting hit by sepulchral stalkers here. That's pretty rough. We just want to dive away there. We have got... So this is very good, right? We are going to get another huge comet. They're like walking through water. They're not going to be able to get out in time, I think. A comet takes a long time, but there's a lot of them in the water here. And boom, you know, it does some work. Not like the most of the world, but this, that priest did work, you know. Good stuff. And the skinks, we just need to get these oracles over here. And get out because, alright, now it's time to... Now it's time to find a target here, right here, this blob. This is the target. You know, it wasn't a good target. But on the upside, it did work, you know. It does delete the things that it engaged. Oh, we just need to get our flanking force over here. We can... Alright, so this Casket of Souls is still, like, all the way back. If we get this guy engaged on the Bone Giants, then we'll stop being shot. The Tomb King is getting absolutely trucked on by Battletoad and friends, right? He is not ready for the Sword of Scarvet. We get hit with the Rampage... Doesn't matter over much. We get here on top of the missile chariots. There are Tomb Guard halberds here as well. We need to get out right now. And which we managed to do in time. The Bone Giants having a bit of a party here. And now we can get a very respectable wind blast there. Do we drop a comet here? Nah. Another overcast of final transmutation. This one should hopefully get everything in this blob. If it just gets what's standing there right now, it'll be good enough. And it does. Alright, alright. But if they just shoot at the Battletoad, then we're fine. Because the Battletoad is incredibly hardy against shooting. What we want to do here is this. We're just going to engine under the gods. These Tomb Guard are going to walk right into it. You'll see. It's going to be beautiful. Oh, yeah. Let it curve into them, please. That's what I want. Priest there is running away. Alright, so this Skink Oracle is getting beat on pretty bad. However, we just need to let that finish up. Hit the roar, heal here, get to charging. Because we have such wins, and then this is a lot of Skeleton Spearments. It doesn't matter. This Final Transmutation is still hitting like 6 units. metal casting is crazy strong. And this is like a very respectable mixed army for us, right? Because Blessed Saurus with shields and spears are not the equivalent of regular Blessed Saurus. They don't have the AP values. They don't have perfect vigor. They're fine, but they're not like crazy good. They're merely very good. And more than the equal of these fools. Oh yeah, and we forget to use our banishment. We have so many abilities. Perfect Vigor is the best thing ever, and yes, Tomb Kings are, like, dude, like everybody else, I think Egypt's pretty sweet. You know, and man oh man. Man, do the Tomb Kings have the coolest aesthetic. But we pop them there, and of course now they're just having a super bad time. Crumbling to dust. I mean, this Bone Giant probably, I mean, yeah, he got 700 value. He had an alright time. It takes a long time for them to disintegrate. They have 15,000 hit points. 12,500. I did not know they also had a Blood Bowl team. That is fun. Is he on a regular Stegodon or something? Yeah, and these are like spear riders. They aren't nearly as good as horned ones. Yeah, you know, we got plenty of value with all of our guys. Except the Skink Chief. Yep, he's on a regular ancient Stegodon, that's why. That's why. No, regular. Ancient's the good one. Regular ancient one. Moving up there, and Emmerich soon right there, and then of course we... Oh, this one goes there. This one goes there? Oh, that's annoying. I didn't even know this was here. Well, anyway, this one goes to Cathay too, right? It's like, and then Foe Seeker as an ability. It doesn't give you perfect vigor, but it might as well. You know, and it's just so amazing. And if you don't get it, then like lots of times you won't even notice, you know, in a battle. You're like, man, why don't I match up the way that I think I should be? It's, you know, because you ran across the battlefield. That's why I love with like any faction where you get a bunch of Vanguard, like Beastmen or whatever, where you just start on top of them because you know you don't have perfect vigor, but you're fine. This trait is blank. Trait gained blank. And you know, the purple hand did its thing again. Obviously, it's the worst. We're just gonna let it because it's 90,000 and we can't afford that. Yeah, so we'll send Mazda up this way, and Zairi over this way, and then Gor-Rok can be up here dealing with the whack-a-moles. Yep, they did not catch me in the ambush. And that's just like a super crummy little Coordinate army, not really a point in bothering with them. Like, who is this guy? Oh, we must have inherited him. We should probably just... Yeah, we should just reset him. No point in dragging around. No, let's get a sort of Scarvet for his army, right? And then they can get into their next turn. And Settra, of course, is up here now. You know, he never... Settra never sleeps. That's his charm, right? You get to fight him every single step of the way through his lands. But on the upside, we're catching him outside. We've just lost our blessing of the ocean for physical resist, so we gotta remember that now we're gonna be like a regular crew. I mean, kinda, but stronger. 2 caskets of souls in this garrison. That's pretty crazy. But of course, Settra is alone. Settra is here with a casket of souls on the field waiting for reinforcements. They are not gonna find him alive. Alive. Get it? Do you get it? you know, having the barrier of 1,000 points helps because it does 1,000 points of damage, right? But if we can get on them before... Alright, fortunately they're now shooting at these Temple Guard, who... There we go. We just get a deletion here. And now it's time for everybody else to jump on Settra, who's getting, you know, every problem in the book thrown at him. He thinks he's having a good time. He's popped all of his blades, right? But little does he know. I mean, he's tough, sure. And he's got a big physical resist right now. None of our guys here have magic attacks, but... Well, the Slan would. But he's about to get executed, and that's not gonna... There we go, and we're gonna await the reinforcements here. Of course we are. Because now they're all going to show up here, and we're just going to drop the ceiling onto them. Or there are going to be so many that we can't respond. Oh man, it's so much stuff. We have to get on these caskets, though. Yeah, we'll just try to draw a line through all of this with this Casket of the Gods. It's totally gonna work. Casket of the Gods, Engine of the Gods. The caskets are what they're using. Our Blessed Razordon packs are just barely working. So we've managed to engage in front of them. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now their flank is not gonna work. It won't, you'll see. We're going to go to support here and here. This guy deletes that casket, and we've got another one coming too. Wonderful. What we want to do now is drop this here. We need to get out there, because that is a bunch of Tomb Guard. You don't want your cav to be fighting that. No, sir. Tupac's doing fine. Oh, yeah, there's a beautiful comet. There we go. We're going to throw this sick banishment right here. This blob is going beautifully. I mean, we're taking some damage, but nothing that can't be healed up pretty quick. No thanks, Mozilla Firefox pop-up. Temple Guard doing fine. Saurus embroiled in combat here. The good news is, though, that, you know, this backline fighting is fine. We need to get the Saurus Scarvet onto their guy, pop their leadership, right, and watch them all go down after. The Razordons are getting shot. We can't stop that unless we can get on the Bone Giant, but it looks like we're going to be melting them all down. Tomb Kings are a cool faction. They're a fun faction to fight against. They're a fun faction to fight with. They don't feel like a gimme, you know. They've got punch in the artillery. They've got punch in the monsters. Their infantry isn't, like, automatic, but it also doesn't run, you know, so you've got your undead problems there. And, you know, obviously our force is crazy strong. That Skink Priest summon probably got a couple thousand of his own. This Basti did nothing. I don't even understand how something could do nothing in a fight this long. You'd think it would just hit something. Well, I guess we'll drop it then, because look, if it's just not going to ever do work, it's not going to ever do work, it's fine. Plenty of people don't work, they just don't have to be in this army. Alright, so here we just move for... Yeah, just take the Tower of Archon, right? Just take the massive settlement wherever we find him. Mess with his abilities to make war. After all, that is what it is all about. And Tehinowen loses his fight over here and runs back home. A humiliating loss for my man. But coming across the ocean is difficult, right? And the Tomb Kings are capable of getting some pretty scary armies in a super short amount of time. And we, well, you know, I think I knew that one was there. I just can't say no to this campaign, right? It's so wonderful. And especially as long as, like, enemies keep on presenting themselves. And Tomb Kings are fun to fight. The elves at least, like, live on their island, right? They've all 100% gotten over me getting rid of Ashlyn. They're like, you know, I didn't like that guy much anyway. They're like, dude, did you meet him? Are we really gonna hold this against Gor-Rok, the holder of the Sword of Khaine, the chosen of the gods? So if we recruit it here... Yeah, because we need a priest for that army. Because it's just going to have tic-tac-toe at the top. And then we can grab him an oracle as well. And then, you know, it'll be like, oh, this one's... That. We want the oracle. And unlike a lot of the other ones, as we've said before, you want to actually do this one yourself, even though it's late in the campaign and all, because otherwise you'll find that you don't have all the spells you want. And they've taken something silly like, you know, leadership aura size. Like, does one of these give us magic attacks? They don't. That's okay. Because Thoric, if he just, like, goes home, we don't have to fight him. It's just, you know, does he want to fight me? He might before too long, because we are carving Settra up. Settra's got 25 places still, so, you know, it's going to take several turns, several more iterations of dead Settra before we call it quits here. But, you know, we're moving through. Moving through quickly. And he's not, like, getting back in, you know, that's the important thing. And he gets perfect vigor, very good. This guy we need to get, what's this, and this, and this priest can get down the lightning strike line. You know, you gotta find a way to smooth out what you're doing at this point. Where's Malekith at? I mean, he could be anywhere. He's not anywhere. He's somewhere, but he could be anywhere. We'll just go here, and maybe they will walk down this way. We'll find him before too long, I'm sure. Ambush has an excellent way of drawing out the guy you want to see. We're just gonna take the Temple of Khaine here. This is obvious. We have the Sword of Khaine. We should take it to the temple. See if it knows, you know, its owner. It doesn't. It's acting confused. It's like, why is this lizard here? Well, this lizard... Like, is Tehenduin going all the way across, sacking something and leaving? Maybe. Gor-Rok has never done anything wrong. That is why Lustria, you know, the High Elves are this one, but that's why Lustria and this side of the map looks like this. It's because Gor-Rok is a very righteous boy. The Sword of Khaine came to him, you know. We didn't land on the Sword of Khaine. The Sword of Khaine landed on us, and it said, Gor-Rok, because you're such a good lizard man, because you're such a good man made of lizard, I think you should take this sword. And I said, well, Bok. We actually never completed our quest for Gor-Rok's thing. It never ended up working out. And here we're just deleting their major settlements because that's how their armies are good. And then we'll roll up the other ones later. Or not, you know, as the accident will. Tic-tac-toe comes back in one turn. And we're just going to trespass through his lands. We're going to try to stabilize and save the defenders of the Great Plan, right? And then that would be just glorious if we can pull it off. And then we'll start a fight with Norska at the very south of the Cathay map and try to push up there. Who knows how long this campaign will last? Not me. Like, where'd Malekith go? It doesn't matter, we'll find him, but where'd he go? Mazdamundi just now gets the Dark Elf defeated multiple times trait, which is honestly pathetic. This guy's in raid and gets away, that's pretty annoying, and we're in a little wasteland thing, that's pretty annoying too, it's alright. Still don't know where Malekith is. Maybe he's up, like, going this way to get home. Anyway, he's bound to be very upset about all of this shame. We're gonna hit Recto Gorge here. Ooh, Valkia's over there. Fun.
Keep your wits about.
Let's get him an Image of the Gods just because it's got like some other nice stuff stapled on it. We haven't got enough wave clear between the Sword of Khaine and you know, the big guy, Lord Croak here, but Valkia is only level 28. Wow. It's turn 145. What has she been doing? Having peace with her neighbor. She's been having peace with her neighbors. And going across the ocean to fight Quaron all game long, I think. Pathetic. Khorne does not smile upon such choices, Valkia. Hey, but we do dip in here for another 10% spell resist for all armies, which is amazing. Oh, Settra. Such choice lands, right? And all of them right on the other side of the ocean from my cozy little continent. I think of it like an island, but really it's a cozy little continent, right? Where is he? I can't see his face. There he is. I think we take the speed. Yeah, and the spell resist is great too, of course. And then we will go, what, just flying line. And big line, and then grab that just in case. He gives him snipe, but if he doesn't have He doesn't have a ranged weapon though. We can make him super slow and have massive armor. That would be, you know, terrible. If we could give him the Shield of Aeons, it'd be fun. We get a couple more Rangers Quivers instead. Which are extraordinary items. But Tic-Tac-Toe, that's his real name. That's what his mama called him. He is going in to get to battle, and the game has decided to drop the speed of motion again. They're always doing that. Yeah, good old Tic-Tac-Toe. I guess here we just start moving up the coastline this way. And mainly to just like get some action going on there, and then Tic-Tac-Toe will be able to carve up in this direction. Tupac. Just go ahead and get this done here. Pyrrhic victory. You know, if we take the auto, yeah, we'll just do it to move ahead. I was like, losing a Blessed Saurus hurts, but not like. Not so bad, and it's already midnight 15, you know, we are drawing late. You know, Tupac's army has to be premier. Oh, he at level 50. Gets Lightning Strike. Gets Renowned and Feared at the very end. Beautiful stuff. Go here and roll this way. They keep on running, but that's actually probably an inconvenient spot for them. I don't. Oh, haha. That's right. They took this place. Well, this is about to be a brawl then. So Malekith's army. Well. I'm like, no, we...
What is this foolishness?
Depending on how this works, we might just lose this army. You know, it won't be the end of the world. We could win. This army, you know, it's got a life caster. We're not going to do it right now, though. I can't believe I forgot Malekith had this thing. I thought he was all the way up there. Funny stuff. But incredibly, that guy gets to run through the mountain there. Awesome. Actually getting kind of close to researching every single technology in the tree. Pretty funny. That never happens. But 146 turns is quite a long time to play. Well, I mean, not that long. A lot of them were spent just sitting around. Hilariously, it just would let me have this auto. Well, I guess it's just 2 backup things, you know. It's just an absolute ton of dark shards backed up with a ton of shades. Malekith himself, you know, scary, but what's he gonna do against 2 Source Scarvets? Lose? But anyway, this battle does look like it'll be interesting. Nice open field, however, it grows late, so. Look at that, yeah, that's pretty nice what we've got going on here. We're about to start filling in Cathay if we keep on playing, and I feel like we might just because I am having so much fun with these armies, right? You know, you go through a lot to be able to recruit level 50 heroes out of the jump, and let me tell you, it's awesome. It is awesome being able to get incredibly strong monstrous heroes and just jam them into a new army and say, this army is gonna feel, by all accounts, like a legitimate endgame army. It's so cool. You just get to spool them up immediately. Level 50 Slans, level 50 Skink Chiefs, you know, Ancient Stegodons. It's a blast. Some of the coolest items of the game. If I can get another couple of those Spirit Leech swords, dude, Spirit Leech off of your Howdah attacks from Skink, like, Priest Engine of the Gods. Every 6 seconds, they're just, like, shooting dudes with a Spirit Leech missile. It's amazing. It's so much fun. And, of course, we got the Sword of Khaine. Gor-Rok was already bonkers, and now he's just a complete raid boss. And, yeah, you know, we're going up. Look, there's still chaos in the world, right? And chaos is the #1 enemy of the lizards. Anybody living on Lustria is the #2 enemy, and the Skaven are 3, and there's still some Skaven out there. So really, even though it says we've won, there's still some winning left to do. Also, the undead are unnatural, and we're going to chew on Settra's bones a little while. And maybe the Dawi are going to declare on us, and maybe we'll have to fight them too. I'm committed to fighting anybody that'll give us an interesting fight. Which is everyone. The thing about dinos is they're so strong that you don't have to be afraid of anyone. Not really afraid, right? You just punch up the center through anything and say, okay, now we're here. We have 12,000 hit points and, you know, armor, so they can't kill us that quick. Most of the time you're even right. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Really hope you've enjoyed. I've had a great day of gaming, but it's about time for me to get on with my work week once it starts up. But I will be around almost all the time, you know, just like always. And maybe I'll see you guys there. Later, Neo. Good night. Later, I'm at work. Will. It's nice to see you. But good hanging out, great battles, and more good ones to come. This is a fun campaign. It's not like the coolest one we've ever done, just because we've had some amazing campaigns that told great stories. Although this story of, like, you know, being the lizards that take over the world, very good, but it's not quite retaking the realms and restoring the Dawi to their rightful place, and, you know, like, putting Clan Amgren back at the throat as 8 Peaks as Malachi McKyson. Like, it's not quite that good, is it? But still very good indeed. Good night, everybody.